Good evening, Lancer fans, and welcome to Lawrence High School here in Lawrence, Massachusetts for this matchup in varsity wrestling between the Haverhill Hillies and your Lawrence High School Lancers. Let's get things started at 106 here in this dual meet. Jaden Reynoso for the Lancers going up against Michael Morris of Haverhill. Morris going for the early pin here in the first period. Morris trying to get this thing off, started well for the Hillies. Morris looking for that first period pin, and he has it. And just like that, at 106, Haverhill is up in this dual meet, 6-0. Very quick start for the Hillies as Morris gets the pin on Reynoso here in the first. Folks, I want to thank you for joining us here on LPS Media, Wednesday, January the 11th, 2023. Dual meet action here in the MVC. Let's move right on ahead to 113. We've got Shea Morris coming in at 113. You see him in the brown uniform for Haverhill. Looks like the Lancers are going to send out Julian Colon here at 113. Haverhill with the early lead here, thanks to the victory from Michael Morris at 106. Getting ready for 113, Colon against Morris. That's Shea Morris as Colon goes over to the scorer's table to check in. Here we go. It's the second matchup of the evening here in this dual meet between the Lancers and the Hillies. It's 6-0 Haverhill so far. Morris going low. Colon trying to fight out of it. Morris trying to control that left leg of Colon. Shea Morris with control here, using the lower body of Colon to his advantage. Now trying to roll him over to get a pin here in the first period, and he's got it. Shea Morris gives Haverhill a lead of 12-0. Here after two bouts, we're going to move to 120. And underway here from 120. This is going to be CJ Wood of the Lancers. CJ Wood going up against Dominic Armano. Armano with some leverage here against CJ Wood. Wood trying to get out of bounds for a reset. Armano on top here as Wood tries to get out of bounds over the border. Now the whistle comes, and indeed they're going to reset. Here we are at 120. And they'll reset as Armano has the advantage. All right, going for the pin here, Haverhill. And that's going to be a pin, and the pin goes to Wood here at 120. And what a start here for Haverhill as Wood gets the pin. And we will move forward to 126. 126, it's going to be Naziel Florian for the Lancers against Casey Pugh for Haverhill. And here's Florian with the advantage here early in the first period. So far, it's been all Haverhill here in this dual meet. It's 18-0. The pins coming from Michael Morris, then Shea Morris. And just a moment ago, it was Cale Wood for Haverhill. All first period pins. Now it's going to be Florian who's in charge for the Lancers here at 126. And Florian will try to stop the momentum. And Florian leading 2-0 here in the first period against Casey Pugh. Florian wrapping the midsection here. Florian trying to use some leverage. Brings his opponent to the mat. And we're going to have a whistle here. The score 2-0, Florian leading. And here we go. After the reset, Florian has the advantage. Florian again, wrapped around the midsection of Casey Pugh. Still first period action. Florian is leading. Out of bounds over on the left side of the mat. 28 seconds to go here in the first. Florian again with the advantage over Pugh. Time running out here in the first period. Looks like this one's going to get out of the first period for the first time tonight. Florian doing a good job here for the Lancers. Pugh had a short opportunity there to get the shoulders down of Florian, but Florian rolled over. And that's going to do it here in the first period between Florian of Lawrence and Pugh of Haverhill. We move to period number 2 here at 126. Pugh leading Florian 5-2. The score here in this dual meet overall is 18-0. Haverhill with the advantage. So the scores take 2 off the board for Pugh there at the end. So it's going to be 3-2. Pugh with the advantage over Florian as we get ready for period number 2 here at 126. Florian starts off with the advantage here in period number 2. Pugh trying to escape out of it. Pugh with the takedown. Pugh, right hand wrapped around the midsection of Florian. Florian trying to escape over to the far side. Now Pugh with the opportunity here. Got one shoulder down, trying to get that left shoulder down of Florian. He couldn't do it, and Florian did a great job to escape out of that pinning opportunity. Now Pugh has the challenge of flipping over Nazel Florian. Florian on his stomach here, trying to regain the advantage here against Casey Pugh. Second period action here at 126 between Haverhill and Lawrence. It's Casey Pugh and Nazel Florian. Florian to his feet. Pugh trying to bring him back down. He does successfully. Florian back to the mat. Points awarded there to Casey Pugh. 40 seconds left here in the second period. 7-2 our score here, with Pugh leading over Florian at 126. And we'll reset things here with 40 seconds to go here in the second period. Again, Haverhill 3 pins to start off the night. Florian trying to get Lawrence High on the board here in this dual meet. Once again, thanks for joining us here on LPS Media Wednesday, January the 11th, 2023, our first wrestling broadcast of the new year. Now Florian looking for the advantage here, looking for a pinning opportunity. He's got one shoulder down. He's looking for the second. He's going to get some near fall points here. Florian trying to get the left shoulder down of Casey Pugh. Pugh is holding up that left arm in desperation. Florian close to the pin, fighting to turn over Casey Pugh. Lancers trying to get the pin here at 126. Florian fighting hard, and he runs out of time, and Florian collapses to the mat, perhaps in some frustration. Casey Pugh was absolutely saved by the bell there. Good job by Pugh to fight till the end. Perhaps he had an eye on the time, knowing that he just had to hold out for a few extra seconds. But Florian is awarded the near fall points. So it's 9-6 as we go to the third period here at 126. An excellent matchup here between Florian and Pugh. Fourth matchup of the night. Clearly the most competitive one so far here this evening, as Florian maybe needed just another 5 seconds and he could have gotten the first pin of the evening for Lawrence High, but Pugh did well to hang in there. We move to the third period. The referee and the coaches talking things over across the way over at the scorer's table, making sure that the scoreboard is correct. And as you can see in the top left area of your screen, it's 8-7. So Florian, with those near fall points, has the lead here as we go into the third period at 126. Pugh trying to fight to his feet. Florian grabbing the lower body of Casey Pugh. Florian trying to pick up where he left off at the end of the second period. And now Pugh on his back just for a moment though. Florian looking for a pin opportunity here. The right shoulder is down for Pugh. Now it's right back up. Tense moments here in the third period. Great atmosphere here at Lawrence High for this dual meet action. Crowd is fired up to see Florian and Pugh here at 126. A pretty epic battle as Pugh has the advantage now. One of the shoulders is down for Florian. Pugh going for the pin. Now Florian back to his stomach. Near fall points will be awarded here for that opportunity from Pugh. Time running out here in the third. Florian and Pugh exhausted now here in the late stages of the third period. Pugh has got one of the shoulders. The left shoulder is down for Florian. Pugh is trying to flip him over. Now Florian back to his stomach. Pugh with a pinning opportunity here, and he's got it. Another pin. This comes with 13 seconds remaining in the third. Tough break for Florian, but what a fight he put up. 4 pins to start things off here in the dual meet for Haverhill. There you see it, 4 pins. And 4 times 6 is 24 overall for the Hillies. And we'll move to 132. Josiah DeJesus for the Lancers, going up against Thomas Morris. And Thomas Morris representing Haverhill here. Once again, Haverhill in the brown uniforms. And the Lancers, of course, in the home whites. with the blue trim. DeJesus here on the near side of the mat, controlled by Thomas Morris. Once again, this is 132 here. The 5th matchup of the evening.
Don't let up.
Morris so far with the advantage. Now up to his feet is Josiah DeJesus. Josiah adjusting the headband real quick. Now Morris with his hands wrapped around the waist. Now Morris going to work on the arm of DeJesus, out of bounds over on the far side. A flurry of action here in the first period. 1 minute into it. It's Morris with the advantage. It's 4-1 with Morris leading DeJesus. And after the reset, it's going to be Morris with the advantage. Score 24-0. Haverhill on top. 4 pins to start the night. The pressure is on DeJesus here, trying to get the Lancers back into this dual meet. It's Morris still with the advantage here for the moment. DeJesus fighting to get back onto his feet. Time running out here in the first. DeJesus for Lawrence, trying to get to his feet, trying to get some escape points here. And he does, as DeJesus takes control here at the end of the first period, and he will be awarded on the scoreboard for that effort. DeJesus is within 1 here as we move to the second. It's 4-3 with Thomas Morris leading Josiah DeJesus here in the 132-pound weight class in this dual meet between Haverhill and Lawrence. Thomas Morris starts with the advantage here in the second. It's been all Hillies so far. Good effort at 126 by Nazel Florian, but now the pressure is on Josiah DeJesus to get the Lancers some points here. DeJesus trying to turn his body around and gain some control here in the second period. Morris with the half Nelson here. DeJesus gets to his feet. Can he escape here? Morris still holding on. Looks like a reversal here from DeJesus. Now DeJesus has an opportunity to get a pin here in the second period. DeJesus has one shoulder down. Can he get the other one here? Near fall points coming for Lawrence. DeJesus trying to get the other shoulder down of Morris. And he does. The Lancers on the board here at 132. Josiah DeJesus gets the pinfall here in the second period. The first victory for Lawrence here tonight, as you can see. Exciting matchups here so far. 4 pins for Haverhill, and DeJesus gets the first one of the night for the Lancers. 6 points for a pin here in these dual meets, so it's 24 for the Hillies, 6 for the Lancers. A lot of credit to Josiah DeJesus getting that pin on Thomas Morris at 132. So let's move ahead to 138, already underway. This is Joel Garcia of Lawrence High. He's going up against Noah Levesque of Haverhill High School. Here we are in the first period, 30 seconds into it already. 2 of them grappling, no points awarded so far. No points yet. Pretty even matchup here so far. 138 between Garcia and Levesque. Garcia with control of the leg here, the left leg of Noah Levesque. Still no points awarded here. And now Garcia with his left leg wrapped around the shoulder of Levesque. Tough position now for Garcia to be in. He's got a little bit of body control. He's got the midsection. And now Garcia on top, sitting on the back of Noah Levesque. Levesque trying to turn this into a pinning opportunity here. Let's see if he can get some near fall points, but no, Garcia rolls out of it. And now Garcia using his weight to his advantage, now trying to pull down on Noah Levesque. And they're out of bounds here with 3 seconds left in the first. Very evenly matched first period. No points have been awarded here in this first period, as they'll return to the action from a neutral position. 2 seconds, 1 second left, and that's going to do it here in the first period. Pretty much as evenly matched as they come. No points in the first period at 1:38 between Garcia and Levesque. And it's going to be Garcia with the advantage here to start things off in the second period. Garcia has the advantage for the moment. Right in the center of the mat here in the second period. Levesque trying to fight his way out of it. Garcia with his arms wrapped around the midsection of Noah Levesque. And now Levesque trying to get to his knees, trying to regain some momentum here in the second. Levesque getting up to a knee, but Garcia using his body weight to his advantage here. Garcia still with the advantage here, trying to take out Levesque's arms. Levesque struggling to get back up to his knees and get back up to his feet. Garcia with control throughout most of this second period so far. Pinning opportunity here, near fall points coming up, and there's the pin. Great job there by Garcia. Gets the pin, and Lawrence High, 2 pins in a row here at 132 and 138. Joel Garcia, excellent job to pick up some points for his team. And the Lancers are right back in this thing thanks to the pin from Joel Garcia at 132. It was Josiah De Jesus. As you can see on your screen right now, 4 pins for Haverhill so far, 2 for the Lancers. 6 points per pin gets you to 24 overall for Haverhill and 12 for the Lancers. So it was all Haverhill to start things off here. And so we move ahead in the action. We have a forfeit, as we had the graphic up on screen. We had a forfeit at 145 out of bounds here, so we move ahead to 152. Giancarlos Martinez going up against Camden O'Donnell. After the forfeit at 145. So Lawrence High, after Haverhill forfeits, as O'Donnell going for the pin here. O'Donnell going for the first period pin. Trying to get the shoulders down of Giancarlos Martinez. Camden O'Donnell, can he get the other shoulder down? Near fall points definitely on the way for Haverhill. Lawrence High down 24-18 here after the forfeit from Haverhill at 1:45. Can O'Donnell get the pin here in the first period? Martinez fighting hard to keep that shoulder up. The referee has a good vantage point, trying to get the other shoulder down of Martinez. Camden O'Donnell gets the first period pin. There it is. And so 24-18 here in this dual meet. And O'Donnell is going to add 6 more to that. It'll be 30-18 in just a moment. There you see it right there. 5 pins for Haverhill. 2 pins for Lawrence, but the forfeit gives them the extra 6. So that gets us to 30-18. And we will move on ahead to 160. And here at 160, Brent Nicolosi going for the pin here, and just a few seconds into the first period, Nicolosi gets a pin against Xavier Rios, and Haverhill right back in control. Lawrence High, after the Haverhill forfeit at 1:45, came close within 6 points, and Nicolosi gets a very quick pin here. And so we'll move on ahead to 170. Rosa against Escobar. Luis Escobar for Haverhill. 170-pound weight class, going up against Dene Rosa. And Escobar with the advantage here so far in the first. Escobar with the push out of bounds. And Rosa and Escobar will reset here from the neutral position. 1:25 left here in the first. Grappling here in the first period. And we have a penalty point awarded here. 2-2 now in the first period. 1 minute to go here in the first period. Even matchup so far between Rosa of Lawrence and Escobar of Haverhill. The headgear falls off of Escobar, and they're out of bounds here on the near side. And Luis Escobar is going to get that headgear back on. 50 seconds to go here. 36-18. Haverhill on top here in this dual meet action, folks. Thanks so much for joining us here on LPS Media for this varsity wrestling coverage. Rosa trying to go low on Escobar. And now a pinning opportunity here for Luis Escobar. Rosa staying on his stomach, trying to keep himself from getting his back down and his shoulders down. And now Luis Escobar has the left shoulder down, trying for the right shoulder too. Here's some near fall points coming. Luis Escobar going for the pin here in the first period. Rosa needs to stay alive here, and Luis Escobar gets the pin. Rosa frustrated, didn't think he had that other shoulder down, but with 4 seconds to go here in the period, it's Escobar who gets the pin, and we move forward to 182. Giordani Matteo for Lawrence High. And he's going to be going up against Eric Morel. Matteo for Lawrence High here at 182. Going up against Morrell of Haverhill. Haverhill in the driver's seat here in this dual meet matchup between these MVC rivals. 42-18 is the score, out of bounds here on the near side. And there's the graphic, 42-18. You can see Haverhill and Lawrence going at it here in dual meet action. And Hillies with the advantage here. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Lawrence was within 6 after the Hillies forfeited at 145. Haverhill was right there. Lawrence was right there in the mix with a chance to tie things up at 152, but Camden O'Donnell getting that pin over J.C. Martinez helped Haverhill regain the momentum.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
And so the Lancers will need a big-time effort out of these last 4 matches if they want a chance in this dual meet. But we're at 182 right now. Again, it's Eric Morrell for Haverhill against Giordani Matteo of Lawrence. And at the moment, it's Morrell with the advantage. And that's going to do it here in the first period. 42-18 the score in this dual meet, and it's 2-0 with Eric Morrell leading. We would like to mention that just a moment ago, Luis Escobar, as he got the pin over Rosa, that was the first varsity victory for Escobar. So congratulations to Luis for getting on the board in his varsity career. That's got to be a great moment. We're very proud and very happy to be here to record that moment for Luis Escobar, getting his first varsity win. And good luck to you, Luis. Hoping for many more. But in the meantime, Lancers trying to get back into it here against the Hillies in this MVC rivalry. Matteo with the advantage right now over Eric Morrell at 182. Matteo trying to flip over Eric Morrell. Matteo doing a good job using his feet here, staying on top, trying to keep this advantage. Now he's going to go low on Morrell. Now Morrell has the opportunity to grab the left leg of Matteo. Good battle here at 182. Pretty even matchup here at 182. Morrell has one shoulder down. Morrell trying to get the other shoulder down. Near fall points coming for Haverhill. Morrell going for the pin, and he's got it. Eric Morrell gets the pin at 182. And so we will forge on ahead to 195. And Shani Velasquez will get a win via forfeit here at 195. And that means we'll move on ahead to 220. Nathaniel Ramos for the Lancers. Matt Harold for the Hillies. And here we go. Right off the bat, it's going to be a couple of takedown points for Haverhill's Matt Harold. Harold trying to take down Ramos once again. Ramos escapes out here. Ramos gets himself on the board with the escape point. Harold, couple of points here for a takedown. Now Harold right on top. On the back of Nathaniel Ramos. Ramos is going to try to fight out of it here. Just outside the circle, and now the referee whistles, signifying that the wrestlers are out of bounds, and we'll reset here. 4-1, Harold leading Ramos here in the second to last matchup of this dual meet. Haverhill will go on to win here. Still some action to get to here at 220. Harold and Ramos going after it, and then we'll have 285 to close out the night. Harold going for the pin, has one shoulder down, has two shoulders down, and Matt Harold at 220 gets the win. 60-18 is the score. It took Matt Harold just 42 seconds about to get that pin, and here we go. 285, the final varsity matchup here this evening. Brady Rodriguez going up against Jader Mendez. We mentioned earlier that Luis Escobar, his first varsity win of his career for Haverhill. Mendez going for his first varsity win here at 285. Brady Rodriguez has other ideas. And they're locked up. And down to the mat goes Rodriguez. Mendez is going to get near fall points. Mendez gets the pin here for Haverhill. Mendez his first varsity victory. And Haverhill wins 66-18, folks. That's going to do it for the varsity action. We want to thank you for joining us here on LPS Media. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with some bonus coverage. We have some JV action to show you once we take a short break. Once again, thanks for joining us, and stay right with us for some bonus wrestling coverage here on LPS Media.
Great having you.
Incredible women.
I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Si los amas como para manejar una hora y alentarlos en la lluvia aunque vayan perdiendo 11-0, entonces los amas como para visitar NHTSA.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
Welcome back, Lancer fans. We're here with you from Lawrence High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts in varsity wrestling. The Haverhill Hillies defeated Lawrence High in this dual meet matchup 66-18, and here we are with you for some bonus coverage. We've got JV action. We'll be here with you for one of these JV matchups. First period action, we are already underway. It's Brett Walters for Haverhill going up against Jaden Reynoso of Lawrence High. So as you know, this matchup will not factor into the varsity score. This is a JV matchup, but we're looking forward to a great competition here between Walters and Reynoso. And so Reynoso and Walters going at it here. Varsity is done. Haverhill picked up the win here. We want to thank you once again for joining us here on LPS Media. We want to thank our entire crew, Suzanne Fernandez, Luis Lopez, my name is Jay Oza, here with you Wednesday, January the 11th, 2023, our first wrestling broadcast of 2023. We are into our bonus coverage now. Here, Walters for Haverhill. He's got Reynoso right where he wants him. Reynoso has one shoulder down, and Reynoso does well to get the other shoulder back up. And now his left shoulder is up off the mat as well. And the referee blows the whistle. And we'll have a reset here in the first period. Walters on top 4-1 here in the first period of this JV matchup. Once again, the final score of the varsity meet, 66-18 in favor of the Hillies. And we have this one match of bonus coverage here for you on LPS Media, your home for Lawrence Lancers Athletics. The first period continuing here with Walters having the advantage. Reynoso trying to fight away for some escape points here. Walters with control for the moment. On the left side of Reynoso, he's got the left ankle now. Reynoso trying to get free. Reynoso with an opportunity here to get back up. Using his leverage here. Trying to get shoulders down of Walters. Walters fighting back. Reynoso trying to use his back as leverage to get Walters down here. Walters has his right shoulder down, and Reynoso doing a great job here using leverage. And now Reynoso down on his stomach. Walters with the advantage. Half Nelson position here. Time running out here in the first period. Special bonus footage here from Lawrence High in this JV matchup between Brett Walters and Jaden Reynoso. Reynoso fighting to his feet. 7-5 the score, as you can see in the background. Walters with a 2-point advantage over Reynoso here in the first. Walters wrapping the left leg of Reynoso. And time runs out here in the first period. It's Walters on top, 7-5 here in this JV matchup between two young, talented, up-and-coming MVC wrestlers, Brett Walters and Jaden Reynoso. As you can see, the final score of the varsity matchup was 66-18. Here's Walters, who will start with the advantage over Jaden Reynoso. Second period now underway. Reynoso still trying to escape here, and we have a whistle. And that is one penalty point awarded to Reynoso here. Referee instructing Brett Walters. 1:46 to go here in the second. Walters will retain the advantage as we continue here in the second in this JV matchup. Good crowd on hand here on this Wednesday night when these JV matches come after the varsity dual meet. Everybody stays, everybody watches the up-and-comers. Good vibe in the crowd here tonight as both the teams and their fans cheering on the wrestlers on the mat right now as Walters continues to try and get a pin here on Reynoso. Reynoso Keeping it close, though, trying to get to his feet. He does for a moment. Now he's trying to stay off his back as Walters tries to get some shoulders down towards the mat, but Reynoso does well to stay on his stomach, now gets to his knees. Reynoso trying to get some momentum here, crawling to his feet. Wasn't able to get up to his feet. Walters pushed him back down. And now they're both back up to their feet, and Jaden Reynoso gets credit for escaping the hold of Brett Walters. Back to the mat they go. Points coming up here for Walters for the takedown. As Reynoso has one shoulder close to the mat, his left shoulder, and you can see Walters using his right arm to try to flip over Reynoso, but time runs out here in the second period. We move to the third. 9-7 is the score as we go to the third period here. And we're underway. Just 1 minute on the clock here in the third. Reynoso is down by 2. It's 9-7. Haverhill won the dual meet for varsity. It was a convincing victory, 66-18. And now the Lancers put their hopes on Jaden Reynoso for this JV matchup. This is the first time we at LPS Media have broadcasted JV wrestling, so Brett Walters and Jaden Reynoso, a part of history here. And they're doing their part in an exciting matchup. It's a close one, 9-7. Walters leading, though. Time running out here in the third. Reynoso trying to tie things up or pick up a win here in the third. Reynoso has Walters down. He's going to get some near fall points here for sure. Reynoso has Walters down, and he runs out of time, but he gets 2 points to send this thing into overtime. What a moment. In the final seconds, Reynoso fighting for the pin, and he ties it up. Let's go to overtime. The fourth period, here we go, 9-9, and now the crowd is all fired up. Reynoso on top here. What a moment that was at the end of the third. Reynoso getting 2 near fall points. If he had just a second more, could have gotten the pin. And here we go in this overtime period. Reynoso with the advantage here for the moment. He's got the right leg of Walters locked in. Stalemate so far. Here in the overtime period, we'll go to another overtime if needed here in this JV matchup. And time runs out here in the 1 minute overtime period. And so we will go to another overtime period here. 9-9 is the score. This will be period number 5 of what has become an epic JV matchup between Walters of Haverhill and Reynoso of Lawrence. And Reynoso is going to start with the advantage. And here we go. 5th period of this JV matchup. Reynoso was close to getting a pin at the end of the third. He's trying to flip over Walters and get a shoulder down if he can. Walters putting up a fight. And Jaden Reynoso using all of his strength, trying to get those shoulders down. And the period ends. We will continue into a sudden death overtime period in which Walters will start with the advantage. 30 seconds on the clock. You can call it a triple overtime. It does not get any better than this, folks. What a matchup here. The crowd is hot here. 30 seconds to go in this overtime period. Walters trying to flip over Reynoso. As evenly matched as they come. It's 9-9 here in the third overtime. Walters trying to flip over Reynoso. Still, Reynoso gets to his feet. Reynoso still trying to escape, but he's on his feet. And time runs out. Not done yet. We will continue until we have a winner. Again, 30 seconds on the clock. This is the fourth overtime period, seventh period overall in this matchup. It's 9-9. The crowd is feeling it now. Walters spinning Reynoso over to the corner, out of bounds, 25 seconds to go. The crowd is chanting, Jaden, Jaden. And let's see if he can deliver. Jaden Reynoso has Walters in position. He's using his back to get some leverage. The referee counting for near fall points. Jaden Reynoso, can he do it? He's going for the pin. Can he get the shoulders down? The referee takes a look, and Reynoso gets the pin. What an exciting matchup. He does it with just 8 seconds remaining. The two will shake hands after an epic battle. Brett Walters and Jaden Reynoso of Lawrence High gets the pin. Folks, we want to thank you so much for joining us here this evening on LPS Media in this very special JV bonus coverage. Reynoso gets the win over Walters. Once again, folks, thank you so much for joining us here on LPS Media in the varsity matchup. Haverhill gets the win 66-18, and in JV, Reynoso with an epic victory over Walters. Folks, thanks again for watching LPS Media, and we'll see you next time.